I think that's probably the 50th train today. It's a very meditative thing. Your brain does not have the cognitive space once you're controlling the glass to think about what happened on the road or what your boss said. Like, everything just bleeds off. So you're in this beautiful moment with the glass and you don't think about anything except for you and the glass.
It's almost an optical illusion, the constant trembling floor from passing locomotives, intermingled with the delicate work of a glass artist. Glen Andrews and his wife Ruth have gotten used to the odd coexistence here in this San Antonio art glass studio and gallery.
Growing up, I loved glass, industrial glass, antiquated glass. If I could find a little bottle from the late 1800s that wasn't broken yet, it was like magic to me, like that glass had survived. Because there's two kinds of glass that has broken and glass that will break. We have this very modest gallery here. I love showing the work. I love when people come in and I get to talk about it and show them things.
We've stumbled upon a glass artist who, by all accounts, is somewhat of a deep thinker. Now, I can't pretend to know about long, lofty thoughts like the suspension of disbelief, but Glen does. In fact, his inspiration comes from the great philosopher Plato and something Plato explained in that famous allegory of the cave, which says people can be led to believe things that are not real. Some of Glen Andrews' work reflect his fondness for Plato.
We did a whole bunch of these optical illusions. That box was kind of a side note, but you can see infinity in a one-by-one box. Doesn't mean it's real, you know?
Right.
Or if you look at the thing on top of it, look in the middle of there, all the detail in the center of that is all fake, and none of it's real. The longer you look, you'll realize it's a reflection of the inner wall on a sphere of air, and it just has this ability to create an optical illusion.
No.
So we did a series of like 20 of these in crepuscular colors, like dawn and
This
dusk.
is all just a reflection of...
Yeah, the middle, the center. You see in the center? All
yeah.
that fine detail is all fake. It's all an illusion.
You're messing with my brain here.
Oh yeah, that was Plato's whole point. Like, just because you perceive something doesn't make it real.
So are you making glass do things that glass isn't even intended to do?
I like to say that I am its custodian, that I am the glass's custodian. People look at some of the work and they say, oh, you're so talented. And I'm like, I'm not talented, I just figured out how to love it. My stepfather was a drill sergeant for the Army, so I come from a very controlling, forceful place. So I come to glass trying to make it do what I want, trying to force it into position. And it's more of a relationship than a master-servant thing. And the more I think of it as a person or something that needs me, the more I develop the relationship with it, the more I listen to it speak, the more I know what it wants to do.
What did it want to do the day you made that?
Those.
That looks like you modeled it after my brain.
Not that.
Okay,
It's
those.
Yes, I like to call that unflinching embrace, as though they're growing out of the table.
Well, they look like they're growing.
That's exactly the idea.
The living thing, I mean, really.
And because glass is such an organically moving thing, it's very easy to mimic life.
Glen's work can be found in homes, corporate collections, and public installations. But somehow, he finds time to teach glass blowing. And for the next half hour, we are mesmerized by the turning, the teasing, and the tense anticipation of molten glass.
People that come into glass, they're in for an adventure. They want an experience. They're not looking to just necessarily just purchase an item or a product. They want to have an experience. And so those are my people, and they also happen to be attracted to glass, so they're definitely my people. You're gonna start blowing lightly in 3, 2, 1. Start easy. I enjoy sharing the medium and making pretty things, but not as much as I like feeling the wonder in people.
Look at that.
And with that, sir, I say well done.
Wow.
Woo-hoo! So, those stay in there for about a day, cooling off slowly. And if you were to stick around, this is gonna be what they look like when they come out. And you can see how the colors went super weird. As they cool off, the colors become vibrant again.
We have made orbs.
I think we have made orbs.
To be frank, this could be one of the best moments of your life. For me, I found glass to be a very profound moment. I've had people after the class literally like break down crying and apologize to me, but I totally identify with that because I feel that way all the time. I just don't want to walk around wiping tears off my face, but I totally feel it constantly.
It was by the railroad tracks near downtown San Antonio where we learned about things like Plato's philosophical concepts, how molten glass in the right hands can become things of beauty, and how one man's passion is so patiently passed down to others. After reflecting on ancient mysteries of reality versus perception, one thing's for sure, Glen Andrews' talent is certainly no optical illusion. I love that story.
Me too, and we've got plenty more where that came from.
Just click on the subscribe button and keep traveling with us.